Right. All right, I'm getting the live stream started. Give me 1 minute. Give me 1 minute. We're getting the live stream started. Okay, so what's up, beautiful peoples? What it is, beautiful peoples out there in the YouTube world. Yeah, I'm gonna be going over my story. It's late night story time. Um, yeah, I was doing my stretches and stuff. I recorded my video for my stretches, and I was like, we might as well go live and do a late night story time reading, right? Love is the amazing energy in this world. Man, the most amazing energy. True love, real love, no fake love. As we go into, it'll be 2026 next year, so a lot of people need to focus on real love, not this fake love that everybody be doing. There's a lot of fake love out there. We need more real love. So I'm gonna keep spreading real love. All right, so yeah, let me see here. Let me find my story and we'll go over it. One of my stories, one of my fantasy type stories here. Sometimes I'll mix reality with the fantasy stuff. Some stuff that's happened to me throughout life and then mix it in here with certain metaphors and whatnot, right? That's how you do it. All right, so let's get the party started. So, the name of the story, I think we're going to call it Unbreakable Spirit. I think that'd be a good name for the story. Unbreakable Spirit. If you have any suggestions for a name for my story, definitely let me know. All right, so let's get into it. Here we go. In the depths of a city where the streets were as cold as the hearts of those who dwelled, there was a young boy named Draco. Draco was born into a world of darkness. His father, a shadow of a man, had vanished before he took his first breath, leaving behind a mother, broken and bruised, to care for him and his sister. The weight of the world was on her shoulders, but she refused to crumble, working multiple jobs to provide for her children. Draco's early years were a blur of hardship and struggle, but his mother's love was the beacon that guided him through the darkness. As he grew older, Draco found solace in the world of martial arts. Inspired by Ninja Turtles and many others, he would spend hours watching cartoons, imitating the heroes on the screen. But it was more than just the thrill of the fight that drew him in. It was the sense of control, of power that he lacked in his own life. As he drifted off to sleep, Draco's dreams were filled with visions of ancient temples and wise monks, teaching him the secrets of the ancient arts. He would wake up feeling stronger, more focused, and more determined. to change his fate. On his 14th birthday, Draco's mother surprised him with a gift, wrestling lessons from an infamous wrestler named Thunderbolt. Draco's eyes widened as he stepped into the ring, his heart pounding in his chest. The rush of adrenaline was intoxicating, and he knew he had found his calling. But with great power comes great responsibility, and Draco's newfound skills soon attracted the wrong kind of attention. A confrontation at the park with a group of older kids ended up with Draco defending himself against all odds, but also landing him in juvenile jail, courtesy of the cops who believed the lies told by his attackers who was trying to jump him. The system was designed to break him, but Draco's spirit was unbreakable. When he got out, he found a small kung fu school, and with the life savings his mother had given him, he began to learn the ancient art of kung fu. The training was grueling, but Draco was no stranger to hardship. He threw himself into the discipline, and soon the movements came as naturally to him as breathing. His instructor, Lee, recognized the fire in his eyes and took him under his wing, but fate is cruel. A very cruel mistress. And just as Draco's future was beginning to look bright, Lee kicked him out of the school, citing insufficient payment. Draco was devastated. But he refused to give up. He took matters into his own hands, creating his own style, one that would be forged in the fire of his struggle. And much love to everybody out there. If anybody's just now joining, we are reading The Amazing Journey of Draco. All right, back to the story. As he trained, Draco's family was struck by tragedy. All right, so Draco's family was struck by tragedy. His disabled brother, his constant companion, fell ill and passed away in his arms. The grief was overwhelming, but Draco channeled it into his training. His rage, his sorrow, and his love. The tournament was his chance. To honor his brother's memories, to prove to himself that he was more than the circumstances of his birth. The fights were fierce, the opponents formidable, but Draco was unstoppable. His movements were a blur, his spirit unbreakable, and his heart full of love and determination. The crowd erupted as Draco was declared the winner, the money and the chance to open his own school within his grasp. Tears streamed down his face as he thought of his brother, his mother, and the journey that had brought him to this moment. Draco's school would be placed where Draco's school would be a place where kids like him, kids from the streets, could come and learn the art of Kung Fu and, more importantly, learn to believe in themselves. He vowed to be the father figure he never had, to be the mentor, the brother, and the friend that he had always needed. As he stood on the podium, the champion, Draco knew that he had finally found his place in the world and that his unbreakable spirit would carry him to heights he had never imagined. And the story will be to be continued. Hopefully, everybody enjoyed the story about Draco so far. Much love to you, beautiful peoples. And I'll be right back. 1 minute. I'll be right back. But yeah, the story of Draco, that one, I put a lot of stuff that I went through in my life too. So it's a story that's amazing at the same time. Yeah, it can be a bit, what's the word for it? Emotional. There we go. But anyways, I'll be right back. I don't know if we'll go over a poem or another story, or I don't know yet. I do gotta finish editing some videos and whatnot. Hey, much love, Jay Fresh Beats. Much love to you. Hope you're having an awesome night or day. For me, it's like 3:16 in the morning, so it's early in the morning, or you could say it's late at night. Either way, right? But yeah, much love to all the beautiful peoples out there. We just went over one of my stories and whatnot. Now I'm trying to figure out if I'm gonna go over a poem or I don't know. It's 1:16 there. Oh, okay, awesome. Much love to you. And let's see. All right, so that's awesome though. I think that means New Mexico, right? That's pretty cool. But yeah, I guess we can go over a poem. Let's go over some poetry. All right. There we go. There's a poem that I put on my shorts the other day. It's very beautiful though. So let's go over that. The world is a canvas stained with ink's desire. The world is a canvas stained with desire's ink, a marketplace of souls where love is the rare gem to find. To the many chase the phantom of a fleeting high, but I won't be swayed. I'll follow love's beacon light. I'll be the lighthouse in the dark, stormy sea, the river that flows, that gives, that sets love free. Love's not weakness, but strength, courage, and boldness too. It's the brave who choose to love, to live, to be, to see. In a world that's blind to beauty, art, and heart, I'll be the rebel, the revolutionary who will never be apart. I'll choose to love, to live, to be, to shine, a light in the darkness, a love that's wild and divine. For in the end, it's not wealth, fame, or power's game, but love, laughter, tears, and joy that remain. I'll stand, I'll rise, I'll shine. I'll be the change, a world of love, hope, joy, and scope where love is the main. Love is the main. Like main character. But yeah, all right, everybody. Much love. Mikey Fu signing out. Over and out. Have an awesome day, too. Remember, anything is possible.